Hi everyone, my name is Sumit. I'm a digital chess coach and welcome to another chess video. In this video, continuing the series of analyzing my own Jobava games. This is the third part of the series. Maybe you can learn a thing or two from my games. These are all rapid games. I do play only mostly rapid tournaments. The games are entertaining, but they'll contain a lot of mistakes. But then it will be entertaining. So that's the main thing. So let's get started. And the main important thing is to learn certain things from it. So I encourage all of you to analyze your own games with both black and white and try to analyze where you made the mistakes so that maybe rectify it and play better in the future. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, this is the first game, and I'm playing a 2000 rated player. This is a rapid game, and it's a young player, and he's a very positional player. So I started my game with d4 and knight f6 and knight c3, aiming for the Jobava system. He played bishop d5 and bishop f4. Now we reach the main line of Jobava. E6, one of the main lines, and I played knight d5. This is actually the main line. There are other continuations like bishop to e3 can be played, but here there are three moves. Bishop to d6 is one move. Bishop d4 check is another move. Knight a6 is the main line. So I didn't like e3 because it leads to a lot of positions where black can equalize very quickly. So knight b5 is the main continuation, and it is the most critical move. Knight a6, which is the main line. And here there are two options. c6 is one option actually. There's one more, bishop b4 check, which is a very unusual move, combining the main line bishop b4 check with knight a6 included, which I don't think is that great, but it can be playable. So I played e3 here and bishop e7. That's why I said bishop e7 is the main move. The other move is c6. So bishop e7 was played, and I played knight f3, development, and castle. So here there are many continuations. Botnik plays sometimes a3 here. In another game, played in the Sharjah Masters a few months ago, Abdul played h3 here in this position against Salah Salah. But the main continuation recommended by Norodetsky and Botnik in this course is h4. This is the move Arjun Irigesi also plays. c6 here, and knight c3 and c5. Again, h5. Want to push h6 and take control of the dark squares, and black prevents it by playing f6. And I played g4. This is a very interesting pawn sacrifice recommended by Norodetsky and Botnik. The idea is to open up the g file for attack. Knight takes g4, the most principled and critical one. Rook g1 and f5, supporting the knights. Knight e5, knight takes e5, bishop takes e5. This is all theory. We've been following the theory till move 14, move 13 actually. And here, black played bishop f6. This is the main move. Because here, it's the only move, only good move, because you are starting with b7. And here I messed it up. I forgot the theory. Actually, bishop takes f6 was the main move, where after queen takes f6, bishop takes a6, pawn takes a6, and d takes c5. I'll show you the line. Bishop takes f6, queen takes f6, bishop takes a6, d takes a6, and d takes c5. The main line with the idea of maybe queen d4, knight e2, queen d4, knight e2, and putting some pressure on the black's inside. But I displayed it. I mixed up the move, mixed up the moves, and I played bishop takes a6 first, which is not an optimal move. And here my opponent played bishop takes e5. Good move. I had to react. I had to capture it back, and b takes a6. And I didn't like this double pawn here. Ideally, I want to take on c5 actually. But what to do? This is such a life. You don't get everything you want in life, so I have to play with this position. I played queen f3. I want to double up on the g file, and my opponent played rook b8 attacking b2. I castled, and he played queen a4. I think queen b6 was the most principled move actually. But he played queen a5 with the idea of bringing the queen this way. I prevented it by playing a3, and he played bishop e7. Now there are a lot of discovery. D4 is threatened. I had to move a queen, so I played queen g2, getting a tempo on the g7 pawn, and he played an excellent move here. He can take an pawser, but the position will be closed. He'll play king g7, and I won't have any much of an attack. I figured because black can kind of defend. So I didn't take the pawn, and black is certainly better here. So I played f3 here, and black played queen takes h5. So I lost one pawn. Rook h1, g6, and knight e2. I want to play knight f4, king f7, rook g1, and queen g7. So this pawn. I have to defend it. I played queen to h2. You play rook h8, defending the h6 pawn. And now I play knight f4. Black took on e5. I played queen h5, king f6, and queen g6 check. Black is actually certainly winning here. It is minus 2 point something, point to stop. But since my queen is very active, my knight is well placed. I thought, maybe why not maybe open some lines and try to get to the king. Queen to e5, knight d3, queen e3 check, and king b1. Rook rook b g8, queen h5, and d4. Again, I need to take on f3. I played queen h2 and want to give him the tempo, and rook c8 because there was a hole here. So he had to waste a tempo to prevent that. But now white is much better actually because black's king is in the center and I can attack the black king. The queen is exposed. Black queen is exposed. So I played queen rook to e1, queen to f3. So I sacrificed, I think, three. How many pawns I sacrificed? Only three. Black has got 3 plus 3 plus 6, 8 pawns. So I sacrificed my fifth pawn. Here, it is more more riskier than sacrificing a piece. When you sacrifice a piece, at least you get one or two. But here I sacrificed 5 pawns, which is very unusual. Queen e5 and queen d5, queen g7 check, king d6, and knight to e5. Now all my pieces are very active, and his king is in the center. I think the tables have turned completely, and white is now putting a lot of pressure into all this play. Rook d8, knight f7 check, and king c6. The exchange, and now I think white is slightly better. I think there were many other moves, but I didn't see anything because there wasn't that. Rook h6, rook d6, and I played rook to e5, putting pressure, hitting the queen. Queen c4 and b3, queen f1 check, king b2, and bishop to c8. Now white is completely winning. You can pause the video and try to find the win. I played the queen f8. I'm not sure if it's the best move. Putting pressure on the c8 bishop. If king moves, I wanted to play rook check and take on e6. Bishop d7, rook h, queen a check, king d6, and I penetrate 8th rank. Rook d5, rook takes rook, and I deliver queen check, and king c6, and rook f6 check, and that's it. Like it's lost. It's mate in 3. I think it is mate in 2 or something. Mate in 3 or something. Anyway, so bishop e6 is the only move I can take, and king d7, I'll play queen d6 check, and that'll be curtains. So that was the first game, and now let us look at the second game. Okay, let's look at the second game. This is also a very good game, actually. There were a lot of mistakes from both sides, but it's great to watch. So b4, b5, bishop knight c3, and bishop f4. Our system. c5, the most critical continuation, and I played e4 here. I had a good results with e4 actually. But I used to play e3 before, but e4 is serving me well. E6. This is one of the moves. The other moves are pawn takes pawn. Somebody plays pawn takes pawn against me. E takes e4 is possible, and the main line is knight takes e4. So I think I've played one. I've shown you one game in I think in my first video or the second video. I'm not sure. You can watch it of c takes d4. I think D takes e4 and D takes e5, queen a5. There was one game like that. So here my opponent played e6, and this on this kind of positions, the main idea is to play knight b5, knight a6, e5, knight d7, and knight f3. So this is transposed into some kind of a French defense kind of position. Pawn takes d4, knight takes d4, and knight b8. This one I didn't like. I thought, he should develop and castle very quickly. I played bishop d3, bishop e7, and a castle. White has very good lead in development. All his minor pieces are out in his castle, whereas black is lacking in development. Knight c6 and c3. It's very important to control their d4 square, castle, and rook e1. Rook e8, queen c2, hitting the h7 pawn. So h6, and I transfer my queen to the kingside, queen e2. Because I'm an e4 player, I know how to handle these kind of positions. I used to play the Tarrasch as well. So this is similar to French Tarrasch. So I remember those concepts and apply it here. So bishop c2, queen b6, and b4. The knight has to go, but he played this in the mezzo. Knight takes d4, knight takes d4, and knight d7. So black's pieces are passive. The c8 bishop is not developed. The a8 rook is not developed, whereas white's pieces are very, very, very active. So I think white is much better. I think white is winning. Queen d3, knight f8 is forced, and queen g3 trying to hit on h6. There was maybe other ways to win, but this was very straightforward. So I went for this. King h8 and queen h3, planning to take on h6. Bishop sacrifice, which will completely destroy black's kingside. So knight g6 was played, and again this move was a mistake because black's kingside is now destroyed. It's d6, and again the same sacrifice. So black didn't accept the sacrifice. He played king g8, and I came back, brought back the bishop to e3, hitting the queen indirectly. The queen went back, and I played bishop e2. Very simple and effective move. Queen b6 again, queen b4. My plan is to just simply take on b6. Rook f8. Now I thought for some time, I mean, taking this, you can take this pawn, but doesn't make any sense. So I wanted to give a mating attack, actually. So I lifted my rook, and this is one of my favorite plans, to the rook lift to the queen side. I have won many games like this. You can learn this idea from this video, which is one of the takeaways from the video. G5, h3, and queen h5. Now the checkmate is inevitable. Bishop takes b4. Black was relying on this trick all along, but white has some forced king h7 check, king f7, rook f3 check, king e8, queen g6 check, king d8, bishop g5 check, king c7. And now black is completely winning. So I just took the bishop, king takes d4, rook c1 check, bishop c6, and d7 was a final move where black has no moves actually. Can't go back because the rook won. And if you place king b6, so overall a great. I don't want to say a great game, a good game actually, with a lot of entertaining possibilities. Black didn't play in the best optimal way, but again, the entertainment value is very good. I really like this game. So this is the third and final game, and I played d4. My opponent playing knight f6. So this is a 1700 rated player. Pretty and a veteran actually, 60 plus year old player actually. He plays well. Knight c3, d5, bishop f4, c6 with a Slav system, e3, and bishop f5. Here I played knight f3, h6. There's a g4 trick which I talked about in the last video, where you should drop back knight e5. There'll be a lot of shenanigans happening on the king side. So he wanted to park his bishop itself if d4 happens. Bishop d3 was played, bishop takes d3, king d3. Exchange of the most active piece for black, which is the bishop. So e6, and I castle long. This is one of the main themes of my games. I like to castle long. I was an e4 player before, so I'm following those patterns. So bishop e7 and knight e5, castle and g4. My idea. Then bd7 and rook g1. I want to play h4 and g5, open up the inside. Then knight takes e5, pawn takes e5 because I want to gain a tempo on the knight. And I was expecting knight d7 and h4 and g5. But he surprised me by sacrificing a pawn. Knight e4, knight takes e4, and pawn takes e4 and queen takes e4. White is a pawn up, but black has some play actually. Queen a5, king b1, e8. I thought in this position the win was automatic and just open up the king side. But it was not so easy. g5, g5, bishop g5, bishop g5, g5, and f5. This was an unexpected move. So I thought for some time here there are a lot of tricks in the position. White is better. White is a pawn up. There are a lot of tricks in the position, so be really careful. I played queen f4, and any other move actually is not so good. So I played queen d5, returning check. Black line mate here and hitting my rook. So I played the only move, rook c1. And if rook d7 was played, he wants to triple up on the d5. I played a3, very safe move. A lift square for the king, rook e8, and I played rook g1. Now I think white can create an attack on the king side. Queen c5, king c1. Otherwise, there'll be a lot of tricks. You can play maybe rook b2 or lot of ideas there. So I wanted to, and there's a back rank rook d1 also, so that's why I played king c1. Queen d5 again, and now I played b3. He played queen c5, b2, and a5. Now white is completely winning. Queen g3, queen f8 only move, and rook h5. Penetrating on the inside, a4, queen h4, and now black is completely busted. King f7, rook h7, and now it is checkmate in few moves. Pawn takes pawn. Finish would be king e7 and check. Right, black has to go between and